Hi you guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to take you down the rabbit hole that is using an online calorie calculator. We're going to talk about why it does not work for petite women and what better alternatives are, and maybe who it also would work well for. Because maybe you have used an online calorie calculator and maybe you haven't. If you haven't, buckle up because we're gonna just dive right in. I'm gonna screen share and we're gonna go through the whole process and find out why it's just not ideal for us petites. So without further ado, let's do it. Okay, so I have Google pulled up and we're just gonna jump right into this and go down the rabbit hole together. Here we go.
Curiosity often leads to trouble. Goodbye, Dinah. Goodbye.
All right, I'm at Google and I'm just gonna type in calorie calculator because say I am trying to figure out how many calories I should eat in a day and you know, I'm trying to figure this whole thing out, right? So we have caloriecalculator.net. How many calories should you eat per day to lose? There's probably a million pages on this. This one's calling to me right now, so let's just go with this one. Calorie calculator active. Okay, here we are. This looks promising, right? Use our calorie intake, no ads, go away. Use our calorie calculator to determine your daily caloric needs based on your height, ding ding, weight, age, and activity level. In addition to determining the calories needed to maintain weight, use this as a calorie burner calculator and figure out how many calories you need to burn in order to drop pounds. Okay, this sounds promising. So let's calculate caloric needs, basal metabolic rate. So I know what these are now, given how many years it's been and in my experience, but they're talking about TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure, and basal metabolic rate, which is your metabolism without factoring in your energy expenditure through your active lifestyle, through fitness, exercise. So I want to know what my basal metabolic rate is first, and then we can calculate add in the activity level. So let's just go with basal metabolic rate. For petite women, this is going to be lower than for taller people because as you can see, height is going to play a role. So the shorter you are, slightly slower metabolism you have naturally because all of our organs are smaller and they're using less energy to stay alive. So basically, that's why we have slower metabolisms. Okay, 5'1", that's me. My weight right now is about 119 pounds and I'm 27. We should do these things. Okay, wow. My BMR is 1,400 calories, which is actually surprisingly high for a petite woman. Most petite women will have a BMR of definitely under 1,500 calories. Definitely in the low range. Metabolisms are slower. So what this means is if you're not active at all, you will have a maintenance daily calories in of 1,400, probably lower again, depending on what your information is here that you input in. So if you don't exercise at all, it's already gonna be really hard to maintain this because at 1,400 calories, that is a small number of calories. Compared to a taller person, let's look at what someone who's 8. They're 130 pounds and we'll keep the age the same. Yeah, 1556. They can get away with 1,600 calories in a day without adding in any physical activity, that's important, and maintain their weight. In fact, if they want to diet, even without exercising, they could cut 50 calories right now, 100 calories, and do a diet. They would still actually be in a low range, but when we add in our activity levels, you'll see we'll get a boost in calories because we're exercising, we're expending more, we can actually afford to take in more calories. And you'll see how this comes into play. Let's switch it over to caloric needs. They're gonna give us some more things in here probably. Activity level, yeah. So they have only 3 tickers. There's actually multipliers for your activity level, and there's probably quite a few more than just sedentary, low active, or active. I'm gonna put active just because that's really the only option there is, and we'll calculate. Okay, yeah, they use the highest multiplier for that. To maintain your current weight, you need 2,238 calories per day with just this general activity level of active. 2,238 with active doesn't give you very good directions, right? What does active even mean? Should you start increasing your calories to 2,238, oh my God, doubling your calories, and just be more active? That doesn't give you very good guidance. Let's look at a different one that has some different metrics and see if it can help us more. Very confusing. And now it won't let me leave because rabbit hole. If it fits your macros calculator, let's see what they can do for us. They'll probably be a little bit more accurate, but you have to understand that equations are an estimation, and the metabolism, which is the process, it's not a thing, it's a process of all of the cellular reactions that are occurring in your body at a given time and how fast or slow that rate is. It can't be very accurately estimated by a calculator, especially on an online calculator. This is because they're taking a lot of generalizations. Your height plays a role, your weight, your age, your gender, but what they don't know is what is your body fat percentage? How much muscle do you have? If you have more muscle, you're gonna have a faster metabolism. Your BMR is gonna be higher, which is why you can change your BMR and you're not stuck with a low metabolism, slow metabolism in your life. You can get it up through prioritizing strength training, and that's one of the biggest staples of the Smalletics method is getting your metabolism fired up through gaining more muscle. So let's take a look at what they have going on here. Okay, so now they have 4 metrics now, which means they have 4 multipliers for your total daily energy expenditure, which would be a little bit more accurate, but still most people way overestimate their activity level. Let's say active is a server, trainer, nurse, mostly standing, moving. Yeah, that's me. Very active. I would not say that's me. I'm not lifting for my job. I'm lifting as, an hour a day. So, oh good. And they have lifting frequency. So let's say for now, say I'm lightly active because I'm a teacher or I work an office job. Let's go full on. I work an office job. This is me, April of 7 years ago, sitting at my pharmaceutical job, and I don't lift any weights at all. I just do cardio and I sit all day, and I try to restrict what I'm eating. The worst to do as a petite woman. So I'm sedentary, I work out, I lift 0 days a week, and then I do cardio. I was doing cardio 5 or 6 days a week. I'm gonna put, I don't know, 5, and I was doing 60 minutes. Let's put 6 because that's more realistic. And my intensity was I'm breathing hard, maybe moderate. Medical diagnosis, none. What kind of diet are you eating? Standard Western. And that I wasn't really eating bad. I was eating healthy by what the grocery store says is healthy, which is not always healthy. When things are labeled healthy, doesn't mean they are necessarily healthy. So what's your biggest struggle? I don't know. What was it back then? I would say, I thought it was about willpower. Really, my hormones were out of whack. Or maybe how do I start tracking macros? That was probably something I was thinking 10 years ago. How experienced are you with tracking macros? Well, let's say I'm a total noob, never tracked my calories. Where should we send your TDEE? Let's send it to Smalletics. Okay, so, all right, so this is a snapshot of me, remember, about 7-8 years ago, not me today. If I was doing cardio 5 days a week, 6 days a week, moderate intensity, and I sat at my job and I didn't lift weights, it's telling me I should eat about 1,600 calories to maintain my current weight. So I wouldn't necessarily see any progress on this journey here because I'm doing cardio. I'm just burning off. I'm not building muscle. I'm not increasing my metabolism. The moderately high calories for a petite woman, this is still low in general for anyone, but for a petite woman, 1,585 is higher, is because I'm burning so many calories through cardio. However, cardio is not serving me. I'm not building muscle. I'm not getting that toned look. I'm not getting a six-pack. I'm just running myself into the ground. I'm creating a very stressful environment for my body to live in, high cortisol, stress hormones. It's not the best to do cardio because it plays with our appetite hormones and it makes us even hungrier, which can, if you're eating a restrictive diet, eventually lead to binging and giving in and then feeling guilty about it, which is horrible and not sustainable. So this picture, and I was probably way under eating 1585, that would be really high. This is a picture for my old self. Let's look at today. Or if you're not exercising at all, they factored in 5-6 days of activity. So if you're not exercising at all, you're gonna get a number that's like 1,300 like we saw before, 1,200. If you're not lifting weights, if you're not exercising, you're gonna have a really, really hard time reaching your goal of looking toned or losing weight. You do need to do some form of activity. It doesn't have to be intense. It shouldn't be cardio as a petite woman, but if you can get into lifting weights just a little bit, you're gonna help really get that metabolism up so that you can afford to eat more calories. And in that, when you have more calories to eat, you can now eat more nutritious foods to help you build that muscle. So it's a feedback loop of working out, lifting weights, then eating nutritious foods, and it loops in boosting the metabolism, gaining muscle, and it goes in this circle until you eventually have that toned body that you want, that you feel good in, that you feel strong and confident, that your clothes fit you well in. It's this whole mesh of lifestyle factors, not just one thing. So I think that's interesting to bring up. I forget what I was saying. Sorry. So let's see. I don't even know what we're doing now. I'm bored with this calculator. Let's look at a different one. Basically, just calling total attention to the fact that there's hundreds of calorie calculators and they're giving us different results every time. And for petite women, they're giving us really low numbers. Okay. We found another one. Let's go ahead and say I'm 27, female. My weight is 119. Let's say, well, I'm a desk job person because this is going to be, what I do is not the average. I'm exercising, let's say not exercising as petite, but I want to lose fat. Okay, this is what is so alarming about calorie calculators for petite women. Oh my God, you guys. If it's telling me right now that if I want to lose body fat, I need to eat 1,000 calories a day. Let's talk about why this is not going to help you. Okay, so if you're eating this little in a day, not only are you going to be ravenously hungry because it is so little calories, but it's gonna slow your metabolism down because you are eating in a deficit and you are going to start losing muscle as well as body fat. But you need muscle present in the body to keep the metabolism fast. So you're really not helping yourself by dieting like this. On top of that, let's look at if a taller person did this. So if a taller person, they have this TDEE with their, whatever exercise they have factored in, and they can cut, they're at 1,700 calories, they can cut 100, eat 1,600 calories, still get all the nutrition they need to build muscle in the gym, and they just have an easier time. But for petite women, if we are trying to be at 1,000 calories and cut, if we're trying to cut and we're cutting 100 calories off, we're eating literally nothing in a day, we're not able to get the nutrition we need to be healthy individuals, to gain muscle, to move forward towards that goal we have. So what do we do? What do we do here? For petite women, the priority is to gain muscle. You're going to want to start lifting weights and drop the cardio. The cardio is not serving you unless you love it, unless that is your passion and you freaking enjoy it, then don't stop doing anything you enjoy. But if you hate cardio, there's no reason to do it as a petite woman besides cardiovascular health. You can do a little bit here and there, but if it is your main form of exercise, it's going to be a very frustrating journey for you. So start lifting weights and stop dieting, because when we diet, we restrict. When we restrict, we tend to fail at our diets. We tend to not get enough of those foods we enjoy. We eventually just end up binging and caving into our diet, and that weakens our self-efficacy and our confidence in our ability to feel good. It's so much more effective to just start eating all your meals and make them healthy choices with the foods you love in moderation. Something I love is the 80%, 20% rule, where you eat 80% of your diet is foods that are healthy, foods that are good for your metabolism, lean proteins, chickens, ground beef, sirloin, like grass-fed beef. You can look at shrimp, salmon, and building your meals around a protein. So having a vegetable, which is a carbohydrate, having a starchy carbohydrate such as potatoes, and then having your healthy fat. So cooking with olive oil, having peanut butter, almond butter, avocado, eating these balanced meals for each meal. And then when you want, have that piece of chocolate and eat it in moderation and enjoy it, but don't restrict. These two things together will help you so much get to a healthier place with your mindset and also your physical results. What we really need to do as petite women is get away from these calorie calculators. They're destroying our minds. They're making us feel like shit about ourselves, and look more towards what we can do to be healthier. Forget about these calories, stop restricting, and start to lift weights and start to just feel strong and powerful in your body. So if you guys have been through this before, I want to know. Let me know in the comments right now. Have you gone down the calorie calculator rabbit hole like I used to? And what has it led to for you? Did you end up restricting yourself? Did you try to eat 1,000 calories in a day? Like what happened for you? I really want to know. If you found this video helpful or just a relief or it lifted your spirits in any way, please support, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, share it with a friend. And subscribe for more content tailored to petite women. And I will talk to you guys really soon. Have a great, wonderful day. Bye.